Om Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Diri Ashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttam Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. So continuing with the discussion on Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, chapter 19, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructs Srila Rupa Goswami, text 59. Bhattacharya Dui Bhai Nimantran Kaila, Prabhu Rashesh Prashat Patra Dui Bhai Paila. Balbhadra Bhattacharya invited the two brothers to take lunch also. The remnants of food from the plate of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu were offered to them. So two brothers is Rupa Goswami and Anupam Malik, and they were at Prayagraj. And Mahaprabhu was invited by a Brahman to his house for lunch, and Rupa Goswami and Anupam Malik also went there. त्रिवेणी ऊपर प्रभुर वासा घर स्थान दुई भाई वासा कैला प्रभु सन्निधान. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu selected his residence beside the confluence of the Ganga and Yamuna, a place called Triveni. The two brothers, Rupa Goswami and Sri Vallabh, selected their residence near the Lords. Sekale Vallabh Bhatt rahe Adaila grame, Mahaprabhu aila shone aila tarastham. At that time, Sri Vallabh Bhatt was staying at Adail Gram, and when he heard that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had arrived, he went to his place to see him. So this Vallabh Bhatt is Vallabhacharya. And Adail Gram is across Yamuna on the other side of town. See, on this side is Prayagraj, then the Yamuna and Ganga where they're meeting Sangam, and on the other side is Adail Gram. Vallabh Bhatt was a great learned scholar of Vaishnavism. In the beginning, he was very much devoted to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But since he thought that he could not receive proper respect from him, he later joined the Vishnu Swami sect and became the Acharya of that sect. His sect is celebrated as Vallabhacharya Sampradaya, or it is also known, Vallabhacharya Sampradaya. And that is a sect where Krishna is worshipped as baby Krishna or Shinaji. This sampradaya has had great influence in Vrindavan near Gokul and in Bombay. Vallabh Bhatt wrote many books, including a commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam called Subodhini Tika and notes on the Vedanta Sutra in the form of an Anubhashya. He also wrote a combination of 16 short works called Shodash Granth. The village where he was staying, Adail Gram or Adeli Gram, was near the confluence of the rivers Ganga and Yamuna on the other side of the Yamuna from Prayag, about 1 mile from the river. A temple of Lord Vishnu there still belongs to the Vallabh Sampradaya. So, beautiful temple. They always call their temples Haveli. And the deity of Shinaji is there. Vallabh Bhatt was originally from a place in southern India called Trailanga. There is a railway station there called Nidada Bhalu. 16 miles from that station is a village called Kankada Bada or Kakunra Padu. A learned Brahman named Lakshmana Dikshit used to live there, and Vallabh Bhatt was his son. There are 5 sections of the Brahman community of Andhra Pradesh, known as Bela Nati, Vegi Nati, Murki Nati, Telugu Nati, and Kashal Nati. Out of these 5 Brahmanical communities, Vallabhacharya took his birth in the community of Bela Nati in the year 1400 Shakabda era or AD 1478. According to some people, Vallabh Bhattacharya's father took sannyas before Vallabh's birth, and he returned home to take Vallabhacharya as his son. According to the opinions of others, Vallabhacharya was born in 1400 Shakabda era on the Ekadashi day of the dark moon in the month of Chaitra. And he took his birth in a Brahmin family surnamed Khambam Patibaru. According to this account, his father's name was Lakshman Bhatt Dikshit, and he was born in Champaka Aranya. In someone else's opinion, Vallabhacharya appeared near the village named Champa Jharagram, which is near a railway station named Rajim in Madhya Pradesh. Okay, so we don't know exactly. After studying for 11 years at Varanasi, Vallabhacharya returned home. On his return, he heard that his father had departed from the material world. Keeping his brother and mother at home, he went to the banks of the river Tungabhadra to a village called Vidyanagar, where he enlightened Krishnadev, the grandson of King Bukkaraj. After that, he traveled throughout India thrice on trips lasting 6 years each. Thus, he passed 18 years and became victorious in his discussions of revealed scriptures. When he was 30 years old, he married Mahalakshmi, who belonged to the same Brahmin community as his. Near Govardhan Hill, he established a deity in the valley. Finally, he came to Adail, which is on the other side of Yamuna from Prayag. So near Govardhan Hill, he established a deity in the valley. So this deity, if I'm not wrong, that is at Govindkund. Small temple, and I had to really beg the pujari to let me in to take darshan. Vallabhacharya had two sons, Gopinath and Vithaleshwar, and in his old age he accepted the renounce order. In 1452 Shakabda era, AD 1530, he passed away from the material world at Varanasi. His book, known as Shodash Granth, and his commentaries on the Vedanta Sutra, Anubhashya, and Srimad Bhagavatam Subodhini are very famous. He wrote many other books besides that. And he also, although Prabhupada didn't mention here, he established, I think, 64 Havelis all over India, mostly in North India, North and West India. But 64 Havelis he established. Teho dandavat kaila prabhu kaila alingana dui jane Krishna katha ilakat ksham. Vallabh Bhattacharya offered Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu his obeisances, and the Lord embraced him. After that, they discussed topics about Krishna for some time. Krishna kathaye prabhur mahapremo thaila bhatera sankoche prabhu samarana kaila. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu felt great ecstatic love when they began discussing Krishna. But the Lord checked his feelings because he felt shy before Vallabh Bhatt. Antare gar prema nahe samvaran dekhi chamatkar haila Vallabh Bhatte Raman. Although the Lord restrained himself externally, ecstatic love raged within. There was no checking that. Vallabh Bhatt was astonished to detect this. Tabe Bhatt Mahaprabhu re nimantran kaila Mahaprabhu dui bhai tahare milaila. Thereafter, Vallabh Bhatt invited Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for lunch, and the Lord introduced the brothers Rup and Vallabh to him. Dui bhai dur haite bhumi te padiya bhatte dandavat kaila ati dinahaya. From a distance, the brothers Rup Goswami and Sri Vallabh fell on the ground and offered obeisances to Vallabh Bhatt with great humility. Bhatt mili bhare jaye duhe palai dure asprishya pamar moi nachuni hamore. When Vallabh Bhattacharya walked towards them, they ran away to a more distant place. Rupa Goswami said, I am untouchable and most sinful. Please do not touch me. See, this is humility of acharyas. And this is how actually they feel. Not He was making it up just to get more respect. He was feeling inside. Bhatera Vismay Haila Prabhur Harshaman, Bhatere ka Hila Prabhu, Tara Vivaran. Vallabh Bhattacharya was very much surprised at this. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, however, was very pleased, and he therefore spoke to him this description of Rupa Goswami. Iho na sparshiha iho jati atihina, Vedic yagik tumi kulina praveen. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, don't touch him, for he belongs to a very low caste. You are a follower of Vedic principles and are well experienced performer of many sacrifices. You also belong to the aristocracy. So this was also, in one way, Mahaprabhu was giving a lesson to Vallabhacharya. Generally, Brahmins are puffed up with false prestige because they belong to the aristocracy and perform many Vedic sacrifices. In South India especially, this fastidious position is most prominent. At any rate, this was the case 500 years ago. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually started a revolution against this Brahminical system by inaugurating the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra. So his revolution was, yes, he inaugurated the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra. But when Mahaprabhu appeared, this mantra was Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. And it was not only that, it was Om, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So Mahaprabhu said that one has to be Brahman to chant the mantra starting with Om. But he wanted to give Krishna Prem, Harinam to everybody, so he said, so he changed the mantra to Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So that everybody and anybody can chant and get benefit. So this was his revolution against this Brahminical system. By this chanting, one can be delivered regardless of caste, creed, color, or social position. Whoever chants the Hare Krishna Mahamantra is immediately purified due to the transcendental position of the devotional service. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is here hinting to Vallabh Bhattacharya that an exalted Brahman who makes sacrifices and follows Vedic principles should not neglect a person who is engaged in devotional service by chanting the holy names of the Lord. But outwardly saying, oh, they are low caste, so they don't come to your level. Actually, Rupa Goswami did not belong to a lower caste. He was from a highly aristocratic Brahmin family, but due to his association with the Muslim Nawab, he was considered fallen and was excommunicated from the Brahmin society. However, due to his advanced devotional service, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted him as a Goswami. Vallabh Bhattacharya knew all this. One who is a devotee is above caste and creed. Yet Vallabh Bhattacharya felt himself prestigious, that I am from that Brahmin family and I'm an Acharya. Actually, this happens not just with Vallabh Bhattacharya, but many others. That I am this, I am that, I'm a guru, I'm a sannyasi, I'm such a big scholar, I'm this. This is where Mahaprabhu's philosophy of Trinadapi Shunichena comes in. Without being that, we cannot make progress. We should not get illusioned, enamored by the titles. The titles are for this body. But we forget. We forget big time. The present head of the Vallabh Bhattacharya Sampradaya of Bombay is named Dikshit Maharaj. He's very friendly to our movement. And whenever we meet him, this learned Brahmin scholar highly praises the activities of the Hare Krishna. He's a life member of our society, and although he's a learned scholar in the Brahminical caste tradition, he accepts our society and considers its members more bona fide devotees of Lord Krishna. And actually, Vallabh Sampradaya, Vallabh Bhattacharya Sampradaya, they mostly comprises of Gujaratis and Marwadis also. So, and they are very rich community. And so the temples are very rich. And in fact, that was the lady, why that name is slipping out of my tongue, it's not coming in, who gave Srila Prabhupada the ticket to America on her cargo ship. She was follower of Vallabhacharya. She was from Pushtimargi. So she was the one who helped Prabhupada in coming to America by giving him the ticket. And not just the ticket. I guess once we are through with Chaitanya Charitamrita, we should read Prabhupada Lilamrita. Not only ticket, Prabhupada didn't have even warm clothes. So she sent Sumati Murarji. Yes, Sumati Murarji was the name. And she sent her assistant or secretary or somebody to the market to buy warm clothes for Prabhupada. He said, "You're going to die over there. It's so cold in America. You cannot live in these clothes." So she was the one who bought the clothes and so many other things for Prabhupada's journey. दुहार मुख्य निरंतर कृष्ण नाम शूनी भट्ट कहे प्रभु के छुएंगे तो भंगी जान. Hearing the holy name constantly vibrated by the two brothers, Vallabh Bhattacharya could understand the hints of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. दुहार मुख्य कृष्ण नाम करिच नरताना ए दुई अधम नहे हाय सर्वताम. Vallabh Bhattacharya said, since these two are constantly chanting the holy names of Krishna, how can they be untouchable? On the contrary, they are most exalted. Vallabh Bhattacharya's admission of the brothers' exalted position should serve as a lesson to one who is falsely proud of his position as a Brahmin. Sometimes so-called Brahmins do not recognize our European and American disciples as devotees of Brahmins. And some Brahmins are so proud that they do not allow them to enter temples. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu herein gives a great lesson. Although Vallabh Bhattacharya was a great authority on Brahmanism and a learned scholar, he admitted that those who chant the Lord's holy name are bona fide Brahmins and Vaishnavas and are therefore exalted. But this part, somehow it's not there, it's still not there in Indian society. So hopefully the people start respecting the devotees based on their Vaishnava culture, not based on caste or creed or anything else. As Bhagavatam also says, Aho bata shupacho to gariyam yad jivagre vartate nam tukhyam tepo tapaste juhu sasnurade brahmano churag nam grinanti ete. Vallabh Bhattacharya then recited the following: My dear Lord, one who always keeps your holy name on his tongue becomes greater than an initiated Brahmin. Although he may be born in a family of dog eaters, and therefore by material calculation be the lowest among men, he is still glorious because he is chanting your holy names. This is the wonderful effect of chanting the holy name of the Lord. It is therefore concluded that one who chants the holy name of the Lord should be understood to have performed all kinds of austerities and great sacrifices mentioned in the Vedas. He has already taken his birth and bath in all the holy places of pilgrimage, and he has studied all the Vedas. He is actually an Aryan. So Aryan means civilized man. That is real civilization. Shuni Mahaprabhu tare bahu prashamshila prema vishtahaya shloka padite lagila. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very pleased to hear Vallabh Bhatta quoting from Shastra about the position of a devotee. The Lord praised him personally, and feeling ecstatic love of Godhead, began to quote many verses from Shastra. Shuchi Shadda Bhakti Deeptagni Dagda Durjani Kalmasha Shupako Api Buddhe Shlagyo Na Vedagyo Api Nastik. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, a person who has the pure characteristics of a Brahman due to devotional service, which is like a blazing fire burning to ashes, all the sinful reactions of past lives, is certainly saved from the consequences of sinful acts, such as taking birth in a lower family. Even though he may be born in a family of dog eaters, he is recognized by learned scholars. But although a person may be a learned scholar in Vedic knowledge, he is not recognized if he is an atheist. So such is the such are the glories of a devotee. Bhagavad Bhakti Hinasya Jati Shastram Japastapa Aprana Naseva Dehasya Mandanam Lokaranjanam. For a person devoid of devotional service, birth in a great family or nation, knowledge of the revealed scriptures, performance of austerities and penance, and chanting of Vedic mantras are like the ornaments on a dead body. Mandanam Lokaranjanam. Such ornaments simply serve the concocted pleasures of the general populace. See, scriptures are heavy. Ornaments on a dead body. What is the use of ornaments on a dead body? Nothing. Then such ornaments simply serve the concocted pleasures of the general populace. Those who don't know what the real pleasure is and what are the real ornaments, they go after all this gold and this and that. But if their ornaments are placed on a dead body, what's the use? So similarly, if somebody has knowledge of scriptures, performance of austerities, birth in a great family, penance, but if he doesn't have devotion service, what's the use? Prabhur prema veshahara, prabhava bhakti sara, saundaryadi dekhi bhatte rahila chamatkara. When he saw the Lord's ecstatic love, Vallabh Bhattacharya was certainly very much astonished. He was also astonished by the Lord's knowledge of the essence of devotion service, as well as by his personal beauty and influence. Sagane Prabhure Bhatt Nokate Chadaya, Diksha Dite Neje Ghare Chalila Laya. Vallabh Bhattacharya then put Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates aboard a boat and took them to his own place to offer them lunch. Yamunara Jala Dekhi Chikana Shamala Prema Vesha Mahaprabhu Ahila Viva. While crossing the river Yamuna, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw the glossy black water and was immediately bewildered with ecstatic love. Hunkar kari Yamunar jale dila jhapa. Prabhu dekhi sabar mane haila bhai kampa. Indeed, as soon as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw the river Yamuna, he immediately made a great sound and jumped into the water. Everyone was filled with fear and trembling to see this. Aste vyaste sabe dhari Prabhu re uthaila. Nokara upare Prabhu nachite lagi. They all hastily grabbed Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and pulled him out of the water. Once on the boat's platform, the Lord began to dance. महाप्रभुर भरे नौका करे टलमाला डूबीते लागिला नौका झलके भरे झाला. Due to the Lord's heavy weight, the boat began to tilt. It began filling up with water and was on the verge of sinking. यद्यपि भटेरे आगे प्रभु धैर्य हैलमान दुर्वार उद्भट प्रेम नहे संवरण. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu tried to restrain himself as far as possible before Vallabhacharya. But although he tried to keep calm, his ecstatic love could not be checked. देशपात्र देखी महाप्रभु धैर्य हईला अडाय लेर घाटे नौका आसी उतरी. Seeing the circumstances, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu finally became calm, so that the boat was able to reach the shore of Adail and the land there. Okay, so I guess we can stop here. See anybody has any questions or comments? Okay, you all have a safe and wonderful day. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare